Hey, how's it going? Welcome to episode number 100 of the Group Iron Man series. I can't believe it's been 100 episodes already. I was just looking back at my old series just to compare where the total levels are. I'm currently 2144 total. And then in my UIM series on episode 100, I was 2073 total. And then in my hardcore series, check this out, at episode 100, I was at, oh, that's kind of arrogant of me to like it. I'll unlike that. I was at 1822 total, or even lower at the start of the video apparently, and that's I was a little more ambitious with my titles back then, I guess you could say. Anyways, in the last video, we got our third Zenite. I made the Amulet of Torture. I did some more TOB. Unfortunately, still no drops from there. And we just wrapped up the last video by getting level 99 crafting. So I now have the beautiful, beautiful combination of the construction cape and the crafting cape. Now that I'm done doing crafting, it feels like I feel so free, like I can choose what to do again. Well, choose out of the few AFK skills I still have left that I can now do with my downtime. When I need to AFK. So what I'm thinking, at least for today, I'm just gonna go back to chopping redwoods. I was basically using my construction cape as a budget crafting cape because I teleport to the POH, run over to the Nexus, and then left click, go to Sears Village. But it's kind of annoying because it takes a little bit longer than just using the crafting cape, especially because you have to wait for this house loading screen right here every single time, and then doing the whole run over. So I don't have to worry about that now, and I could make my left click teleport to something else. I'm thinking maybe Karen. I kind of always change it based on what I'm doing. You could set this one to teleport you to the catacombs, but I like having it set to either raids or to host cities for farm runs, depending on what I'm doing. Before we carry on, I want to share with you a brief lesson in cybersecurity from today's sponsor, NordVPN. Say you go to McDonald's and connect to a Wi-Fi called McDonald's free Wi-Fi and start logging into websites or doing your banking, etc. Well, it turns out you actually connected to a random person impersonating the McDonald's Wi-Fi, and now they have access to data that you probably wouldn't want them to have. That's called a man-in-the-middle attack, and you can prevent this by always checking for the lock and the HTTPS in the URL, and with NordVPN, it will always encrypt your data flow no matter if the destination connection is secure or not. Another threat to be aware of is a phishing attack. This is when a fake link is meant to resemble a real website in order to trick users into going there to enter their information. An example of this is if you type Runelight into Google, you will get a whole bunch of fake Runelight websites, which I'm not going to show those because I don't want anyone going there. But in this case, it's especially dangerous because not only would they steal your login info when you log into the client, but because they actually have you download their client, it can be literally anything like a keylogger to track what you put into other websites too, or even a rat that can take over your computer. Especially double check where hyperlinks are going to redirect you, and you can use NordVPN's threat protection to warn you to avoid these dangerous websites in the first place. Just to be extra sure you're using the correct Runelight link, go to the OSR's homepage and use the link they provide there to access the real Runelight. So get protected on the internet today using my link in the description, nordvpn.com/wildmudkipvpn. For a limited time only, using my link, Nord is giving you an extra 4 months for free with purchase of a 2-year plan with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it out and see if it's for you. Thank you so much to NordVPN for sponsoring this video. Yeah, I was running a little bit low on the redwood logs for the birdhouse runs. I'm under 4K, so probably a good idea to stock up because I'm, as you can see, super low. You can choose different options for what you want your left or shift click to be when you have items equipped. So I'm gonna make my shift left click to be teleport. I would make it the left click option to be teleport, but I've had so many times with the con cape where I was trying to just unequip it and I would left click it and forget that I had it set to teleport to POH and then accidentally teleport home. And I know the same thing is going to happen here. So that's why I'm just going to have it set to shift click instead. Oh, I was just clearing out the bank and I opened the group storage and I unlocked 2 more group storage slots, probably from getting 99 crafting. Now, the first thing I want to use the crafting cape for is crafting wrath runes. I did like 2 hours of it or something when I first got 95 rune crafting, just so we'd be set for like a little bit of Slayer. But now that I have the crafting cape, I feel like I can really go all out and craft as many wrath runes as I want. As you can see, I currently only have 3.4k in the bank, and I have 193k pure essence, which is mostly from Zora, a little bit from Chambers. I have to be on the Lunar Spellbook because I need to cast NPC Contact, which whenever I do need to cast it, I'm just going to grab out the rune pouch from the bank and I'll be able to cast it with the runes I have in there. But before I had the crafting cape, what I was doing is I would just have the runes in here to also be able to use the Moon Clan teleport, and that was my closest teleport to a bank, or like the most convenient one that took up the least amount of inventory space. But now I have the crafting cape teleport, so this is even better. What I'm going to do instead of using stamina potions is, because I'm taking damage from the dragons anyways, I'm just going to teleport to the POH. I'm not going to make like a special trip to the POH. I'll just grab the cape out of my bank and then teleport home and then just bring it with me for this trip. And then after this trip's over, I'll just deposit the con cape back into the bank. I should probably only have to do that every like maybe 4 trips when I'm crafting the wraths. I think it's worth it though to save the stamina potions for more important things like Chambers of Zurich, for example. I honestly might craft wrath runes all the way to 99 runecraft. Not right now, but I mean over time. And the reason why I say wrath runes over something like blood runes or Guardians of the Rift or Orania is because crafting wrath runes yourself is really the only way to get wrath runes in bulk, because as an Iron Man you can't buy them anywhere, and the only monsters that drop them are Addy Dragons, Rune Dragons, and Vorkath. And doing 2 hours of any of those is the equivalent of just runecrafting one single inventory. Even though the cost can add up a lot, you can always buy blood runes or any other kind of rune, and I kind of feel like someday they might even add blood rune packs into the game, which would make it even easier for irons to get bloods in bulk. But I think it's pretty fair to say that on an iron at least, if you want to use wrath runes, you gotta get the level and craft them yourself, which I think is awesome, and I think more skills should be integrated like that into the gameplay, because over the years, it seems like Iron Man skilling has become more and more reliant around Slayer and Shopscape. But I'm glad to see the way Jagex has been trying to tackle and undo some of these metas. Like, for example, they added the True Blood Altar and the RC outfit, which makes it more worthwhile for Iron Man to actually craft the runes themselves. They added Giant's Foundry to combat the Iron Man meta of hopping worlds at the Blast Furnace, buying out gold ore, and competing against other Iron Men. Like, just thinking about it is such a weird concept. Like, how is that the way to get 99 smithing for Iron Men? Kind of a different example to illustrate the point, but by creating Hallowed Sepulchre, I feel like that's more of the way agility was meant to be trained, rather than just mindlessly running around in circles. They've added Day Alt Essence, which makes it so that you don't have to do some weird workaround of killing thousands of Zora or doing dozens of hours of temple trekking to get pure essence. Instead, you mine essence yourself, and they made it in such a way that for a lot of people, it is actually worth mining your own essence. And on the topic of Day Alt, I think it makes the most sense for me to not mine it at all for my path to 99 RC if I'm doing wraths, because first off, it's technically not efficient to mine it if you already have pure essence banked. You're better off just spending that time just actually training the skill. It's mainly for people who just don't enjoy training the RC skill itself. But I also don't think it's worth it for me to mine Day Alt, because that means I'd be crafting less essence on the way to 99, which means I'd end up with way less wrath runes, because it only gives you extra XP, not extra runes. So mining Day Alt to get 99 RC would net me lower XP rates overall and less runes, and I truly don't mind training the skill itself, and for those reasons I plan to use pure essence all the way. And if I end up running out of pure essence, well, I'll just do more Zora and raids. Level 92 Hunter from the Birdhouse runs. Yeah, it's not too bad doing the Birdhouse runs in between training runecrafting, but it's a little bit more annoying doing farm runs because I have to like switch back to the Arceus spellbook because I like using the Resurrect Crop spell, and my inventory is a little bit cramped because I don't want to have to like undo all the stuff in here and the bank fillers and stuff. So I might end up slowing down a bit with the farm runs while I'm runecrafting.
I'd love to do back to back.
Oh, what did I say?
Something I would say.
What was that noise you made?
I think it was like,
Oh god. That's a deadly combo. That's Casey number 100 for me without a purple.
Oh. Sorry, Kip.
No, I'm happy for you, for your scythe you're about to get.
On Trevor's MVP. Okay. Good luck, good luck. Maybe pets for the team.
All right. Gaming. Anyways, 100 KC on the group Iron Man.
Congratulations.
And more important news.
The blood runes down the drain.
Set.
All right, dude. Sabotaging your own team, kind of weird. Well, this is going to be a very strange place to get the level, but I'm about to get, what is that, 81 Herblore. can now make brews without boosting. I got a bunch of XP from the last level simply from cleaning all the herbs while I've been doing my herb runs. This is the inventory that is going to get me to 100k wrath runes. Someone left a blood essence on the ground for some reason. But once we deposit this into the bank, beautiful, another stack of 100k stuff. And that is worth 24.6 mil. Yeah, I just wanted to do a little check-in. You can see I average a bit over 30k XP per hour when I'm doing this, which means I get like 6 to 7k wrath runes per hour depending on how efficient I'm being. And to get 100,000 wrath runes took me about 15 hours. But yes, I just wanted to prove to you I am at least somewhat committed to crafting wrath runes. We'll see how I feel though after I continue to do this for a couple more days. Here's my Runecraft XP at the end of the day after 11 hours it looks like of training it. I've been kind of starting to come to the realization that like I'm making a lot of wrath runes and there is no way I'm ever going to go through this many, but I kind of feel obligated to get like a cool amount of wrath runes for the thumbnail and the title, so I might go for 200k even though I'm already 100k plus and that's already way more than enough, but I'm going to go for 200k wraths and then I'll stop. Just checking in again with a very, very important milestone. The pure essence stack is now below 100k. And I want to show, if you didn't notice this already, I have these three things, the three things I actually have to take out of the bank for crafting wrath runes right here in this corner, so it's really close to the inventory. I've mentioned this plugin in other videos, but this is probably a pretty important one to mention it in. So the Runecrafting Utilities plugin, very, very highly recommended. It switches the left click on the pouch to empty when you're inside the Runecraft altar. It switches the left click to fill when you're inside the bank interface, and does a couple other useful things too, so check it out if you don't have it. This milestone's kind of cool, I guess. It's only taken me over 25 hours to get this level. Oh no!
That's my third pet.
It is finally done. I know it hasn't been too long for you, but it has been quite a long time coming for me. I've been runecrafting this video for like over 30 hours, like 30 to 35 hours, gained nearly 1 million Runecraft XP, and I've crafted 200,000 wrath runes, which is worth 53 mil GP. That's like 1.6 mil GP per hour. And I didn't use a single dose of stamina potion this whole time. Like I said before, whenever I had to restore my run, I would just quickly grab out the concave and then teleport to the POH and restore there. Yeah, so in the middle of crafting all these wrath runes, I came to the realization that I'll probably never go through this many because the only uses for wrath runes, at least right now, are for the offering spells and for the surge spells. And I don't think I'm going to be doing that many casts of any of them, so it's more just a cool novelty item stack, I guess, to have in the bank. Very similar to the 100,000 bowstrings I have that I'll also never go through, or the nearly 100,000 empty light orbs. Remember I made that whole speech before about how I'm going to craft wrath runes all the way to 99 Runecraft? Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing that. I didn't stop for just 5 seconds to even think before about how many wrath runes or like how fast I can craft these wrath runes. Like, what was I making, like 6k per hour or something? I don't even know if I'm gonna go through 6,000 wrath runes, much less 200,000 wrath runes. It's just a ridiculous amount to have. So in the future, I'll probably be doing either Guardians of the Rift or Arania or crafting blood runes, which is the exact opposite of what I said before what I'm going to be doing, but you know, you learn from experience. That's just a part of life. No point crafting more wrath runes when I legit have a lifetime or multiple lifetimes worth of wrath runes. Also, I noticed the bank value hit 1.5 bill, so that's pretty cool too. A couple of other things I got done this video. In my downtime, I was AFK woodcutting and I gained 465k woodcutting XP. And in the few days I did of TOB, I got 18 tobs done with, of course, nothing at all in my name. Yet. Gotta keep up the optimism. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I've done like 40 to 50 hours of progress in this video, and what I have to show for it is a Runecraft level. I have achieved the goal laid out in the title of this video. So with that, that is where we're going to wrap up for today. Make sure to check out my duo teammate SpookDog's channel, which you can find a link to in every video description. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you have a great day, and I will see you again next time.